bags are packed, are you ready to go? This time tomorrow we'll be on the road, riding with you in the sunnier days. I wouldn't want it any other way.
Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome back to another chapter of Children of Éarte. We're so excited to have you here with us. So let's start, as usual, with Adam and the sponsors.
We have wonderful sponsors, Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. Thank you so much for all of your support. You can grab an Electrum chest code on the overlay or bouncing around in chat. That will get you stuff in the game. It's the stuff that you need. So snag that chest code. And then we also have Die Hard Dice, who has supplied our cast with, this is the tea today, telemetric tumblers. Telemetric tumblers. So, there we go.
Deborah just...
What did you roll? That's what I want.
Yeah, that's the important part.
Wow. I have a 14, I have a 9, and an 11, and just about a 17 over there. Okay.
No ones. We can continue the show. So you can get 10% off any order with the code Éarte, and you can also do the gift card that is going to be bouncing around chat as well. I'm not sure when we do that anymore, to be honest, but just pay attention to chat, and they're going to let you know when the gift card for Die Hard Dice is going around. And finally, tonight you'll hear the dulcet tones of Sirenscape, because epic games need epic sound. Apparently, you will also hear what sounds like the sky is falling when Deborah drops her dice. I am Adam Bradford, the CDO at Demiplane, and I am playing a very excited to get this train pulling out of our new station that is in the middle of nowhere here, Silas, Jordan Sorrell.
Sorrell. Hi everyone, I'm Alicia Marie. You can find me on socials at Alicia Marie Body, and I'm a creative artist and costume designer. And I'm working on a very important costume right now, so I just want to share that. Even though I can't share what it is, I'm really excited about it. So I'm just happy that I see the light at the end of the tunnel on this particular piece, and I'll be able to share it. Yay! Tonight, I am playing the very tall, electrifying Fairuza Armstrong, attorney at law.
Hello, my name is Jen Kretchmer. You can find me still for the moment on Twitter as @DreamWisp, streaming on Twitch as DreamWispJen, on the other socials mostly as DreamWisp if you are on the other places. I do all sorts of things and have some stuff that we'll be announcing soon. But tonight, I am playing your friendly neighborhood troublemaker, Maeve Morgan Flynn.
Hi, I'm Lauren Urban. I'm the content coordinator over at Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. You can find me on Twitter and other places as Obo Lauren, where I sometimes do D&D and Obo things. But tonight, I'm going to be playing Neb, who now has a book of wildlife and is really excited.
And hello, everybody. My name is Hope LaVelle. You can follow me on Twitter at @HopeLaVelle. And tonight, I'm playing Miss Robin Beckett, who has recently come across some new overalls that looks like trade overalls, blue and white pinstripe. Yes. And she's needing some help from chat on does she get rid of her brown overalls with the patches and upgrade / move to the train? You guys got to let me know in chat. Which way do we go?
These are big decisions.
It's a big decision.
Life
I love my overalls. Yeah, but that could be pretty cute.
Yeah. Can you take the brown overalls and turn them into patches for the stripy overalls?
Interesting.
Oh, look at you designing out here.
And I am Deborah Ann Woll. I am your storyteller for this evening. Thank you all for being here. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, players, everyone at home. So let's get settled in and prepare for the 27th chapter of Children of Éarte. So, as we left off last time, yes, we'd done lots of exploring. We had finally found what we think was the last sort of clue from the lovers' treasure hunt that you had been following. As you were sort of examining things, I believe, were you in the dining car?
Mm-hmm.
Examining things for the last time, trying to put together some numbers, trying to figure out the last clues off of these things, you very suddenly came to the realization, as Neb, you and Silas were looking out the window, and you turned around and went, wait, I'm in compartment D, as little snowflakey fairies flew outside the window behind you.
I just want to verify, is everyone seeing that?
Yeah, I want to know.
Well, I'm assuming I'm not seeing that.
Neb is not. Neb has turned around to exclaim that compartment D is her compartment, and if that is indeed the answer, that is interesting. As you all turn to look at her, you see behind her tiny little lights, and within them you think you see snowflakes with little bodies.
I mean, I'll let you in my room if that's what we need. I've never seen anything weird in there, but these have been hidden really well.
Don't move. Neb, don't move.
Okay.
It's probably fine. They're really, really little. How are you doing, little fella?
Wait, who? And Neb will turn around.
I'm gonna
Turn
walk
around,
towards the window.
staring right at you, and Neb, you are right there up close to them. You very clearly see tiny little bodies about the size of a bumblebee, but the wings that you would expect from a fairy of some kind actually encircle entirely around them, creating snowflake-like patterns. As they sort of float there, spinning, they look at you, and give me a quick insight check, please.
Sure.
How cute, though.
You know what? I would love for you to roll that.
You
I
got
have a
it.
+5 to insight. As I look over at Silas, and I'll say real quick, your light thing worked. They came. That's amazing.
Oh.
The one on the left looks at you, makes kind of a sly, little bit evil grin, turns to the other one and whispers. You just barely hear it. Sounds like the whisper of snow as it falls through the air, just that little bit of friction. He then glowers a little bit, raises his eyebrow, and the two separate, flying one way down the train, the other down the other, disappearing from sight.
That's not good, is it?
That's downright ominous.
You guys know those things?
Well, you should know about fairies, as they're
Yes.
always mischievous.
Well, we talked about them before, the will-o'-the-wisps.
They're the ones that let us into the room the very first time. Remember, the one came, I think it was the one, and they were outside before, and I don't know what they're doing, but the one seemed like they were about to do a prank.
Oh, it's been a few days. Okay. You guys.
I mean, they're really little, so I mean, I doubt it would be anything
magical.
major.
So am
Literally.
I.
Oh, they're
I can cause
trouble.
all kinds of trouble. So I wouldn't rule out size for trouble. Do we want to wait? and see
Follow
what
them?
happens?
Yes.
Oh, we need to go to
Okay.
your room. Like, we're in the middle of a treasure hunt.
Oh, that's right. We're in the middle of so many different things.
Well,
Like,
which do we think is the more immediate
I used
thing?
to watch. Listen, I used to watch this. You probably don't even know what this kind of stuff is, but it's called an actual play show, and it's basically where people get together and they play tabletop role playing games, and they're on streams doing this. It's kind of absurd that people
Like
spend the
floating
amount
down
of
the
time.
river.
Yeah,
I know.
I mean, basically, people just sit and watch other people play games, and it's wild. But I used to watch this one. And there was a character that I loved. I think she was my favorite character. But she used to say, "One problem at a time," like all the time. And
That must have
I
been
mean,
really
that's-
boring to hear all of the time.
well, no, I mean, it was
Were they
actually
not
really
able to like
it was
multitask?
really endearing. It was really endearing. And
Okay.
I think that, ultimately, like, we should just kind of take one problem at a time, which right now is a treasure hunt. And I'm sure the little ice fairies will be there when we get done with that.
It just
All
seems
right.
so
Oh, if
bizarre.
we're looking for trouble, they'll be there. And if we're not, they'll probably be there trying to lead us into it.
Yeah.
Just be careful of them. Some say they were the embers of hell.
Well, they're little frost creatures. They can't be embers of fire.
It
You know what
depends
this
on
couldn't
it depends on the kind of metaphysical hell you're talking about, but yeah, I think they're gonna do something, but unless we want to go follow them, then I guess you're right. We should just go to my room. It's a weird thing to say in this circumstance, but.
Well,
I mean,
I want to find them sooner or later because it feels almost like when you see a spider in your house and then you lose that spider and you don't know where the spider is and you can't sleep for a week. That's what it feels like. Never mind. Okay, let's do what we're doing. Let's go to Neb's room.
Okay, and I will lead them to my room. Open up the door and be like,
enter. Yes, so Neb leads you down, across the coupling into the guest compartments here. You pass by room A once again, the door obliterated, and inside just sort of darkness, as you then continue farther down the hall to compartment D, which is Neb's room. Neb, as you let people in, it looks exactly as you left it.
well, I don't know what exactly we're looking for, but feel free to make yourself at home, I guess.
Silas, you know what's happening, right? You said you have a tabletop story or somebody they used to say there's problems we should find or
Oh no,
something.
I mean, it was a really silly show that is not applicable in any way to real life. And so I was just saying that one character just said one problem at a time, and that popped into my head because one thing that you learn from those is you should never split the party. We do that all the time though, when everything turns out fine.
Yeah.
So it's not applicable. The other thing is just this one problem at a time. Really, that was just me saying that I want to get to the end of this treasure hunt to see what happens, and then we can go chase fairies.
It's also very possible that they're going to chase us, and so they'll just show up. But
I'll be ready.
So besides that, it's here in this room. What else do we need to do?
Should we tear up the floorboards?
I'll move my stuff. It's just my luggage. I'll just throw it onto the bed and be
I mean, in this space, it's not very large. It looks exactly like all of your compartments. They're all exactly the same, except for, of course, compartment A. In this space, when you step in, there's the little desk to the left. There's a small closet. There's then the little pass-through with the water closet, the toilet, and the shower behind. Then over to the right side, there's a bed and a little place to sit. But it's it's fairly tight in here, tight quarters in here.
Your bed is shorter than mine.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well,
it's interesting. They must have known. I think it's kind of a weird detail.
Seems like they know a lot about us, so I'm kind of not surprised by that anymore.
Wait, is it sized for what you were when you got here, Fairuza? Or is it sized for what you are now?
What do you mean? What am I now?
I don't know, because you're like 5
inches
inches taller than you were when we first got here.
Listen, I'm just hoping that this is it, because I already have enough trouble trying to get through doorways. I don't want to turn into a monster. What if I'm going to turn into
We are not going to retrofit the train. I can tell you that much, because it's hard enough to just get it running, much less doing renovations.
It's already been renovated, so.
So far, everything that's happened to you has been awesome, and you've been having fun with it. So, and if we're thinking about this one problem at a time thing, let's not worry until you hit a thing that you don't like, and then we'll help you fix it, right?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. I think.
I don't know if that was as calming as I wanted it to be, but I'm trying my best. I don't know. Maybe I'm inspired by Silas's play thing. All right, so are we ripping up the floorboards?
How about the ceiling?
I was going to ask, is there anything with a vine pattern or a rope pattern in the design in here?
As you look around, you look at the molding that's surrounding the closet door, and it appears to be entwined vines.
Perhaps it's here since the clue had something about my love is entwined.
Wow.
Not even going to make you roll for that one.
That's incredible. I mean, honestly, it's like somebody wrote that. Are you sure this isn't a reality TV program?
Well, if it
I
is,
mean,
if it is, then Maeve has just proven that she's the smart one in the group. Okay, so in the closet, and I'll open up the closet.
You open up the closet. Have you put anything in there yet, Neb? Hung anything up, or?
I think at this point there's probably only another pair of sneakers in there
Okay.
because the only other thing she would have hung up is her jacket, which she's wearing.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's anything but
Yeah,
a second pair of sneakers. Is like,
it's
oh,
pretty small, you know. It's narrow, but as you kind of look in, it's fairly empty. You've got your sneakers down, kind of on the floor at the bottom. Give me a perception check, Maeve, since you're the one kind of over there looking at stuff.
16.
So looking at it and remembering when you hung up your own clothes or checked out your own closet, you're pretty sure the floor of this closet is a little bit higher than, you know, the molding comes up a little higher than it does in your room.
Does it look like there's a way to? Well, we got a crowbar.
You
We
have
got
a crowbar.
number 18 crowbar.
You do.
the most adorable crowbar.
I'll point it out. Does someone else want to? Right here, or see how it's a bit.
Ah,
yeah.
wow. Well, you found it. Go ahead.
I'll move my sneakers.
Okay.
Perhaps someone else wants to try it out.
Hey, listen, I'll do it. And Silas, as he pulls forward, he with minor illusion, everyone like maybe just doesn't even notice it like right at first, but they definitely eventually understand that he is like playing illusory music that is that whole like, whoa, you know, building to some, you know, huge reveal. And he starts to try to pry it.
You find that it actually slots in the side a lot easier, as if the sort of whole floor of this closet is a tad bit smaller than the space in which it's holding, and you can just sort of prop and pull. And as you pull open this false floor to this closet, you see a safe with a good old-fashioned combination lock, a dial with numbers 0 to 99.
How many?
Oh, it's horrific. No, it's actually just a safe. It's a safe.
How many numbers are required for the safe?
You don't know. You know, it looks like your locker from school, except heavier duty.
Oh, it's the
It's a combination lock. You know, like I don't know if there's a different word for those, but the spinny dial kind.
So I know these are really easy to pop if we wanted to go that route, but if we want to really go through and honor the memory of Owl and the test that she is putting us through, then do we want to try to figure this out?
Oh, it's all in good sport.
Well, we have some numbers.
We do have
the tools we were given. What, 5? It's a 5 and 18 we've been given.
You found the wrench is a number 5 and the crowbar is a number 18.
And the two of them is 2.
So we've missed some.
And they became 1.
On the ones at school, you really only needed to know 2 of the numbers because you'd turn back the other way and it would sort of click.
Yeah. Also, weren't we warned about 213? I wonder if that's going to come into play here at all. I mean, that's
518 213.
I don't know. Owl and Owl. I don't think they knew anything about room A.
Maybe not, but that seems like the kind of coincidence that would just happen, right? I don't know. There might be something specific in the clues.
We have all the papers?
You have all the papers?
Do we have that card?
The original birthday card?
I think I kept it.
You did? Yeah.
It said 70 years, right?
Oh, yep. Yes, it did.
That's right.
All right. That's 3 numbers.
What do you want to try? Someone going to try one?
Unless it's 5 1 7.
You want to try 75 18?
Is that what you're going to do, Maeve? You're going to step in and do that one?
I'm just posing it for the group.
Okay.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah, if Maeve is not like, you know, there with it or whatever, Silas, as people are calling numbers, Silas is just idly like trying every combination of any of the numbers. And he is just like throwing them in there haphazardly at first.
Silas isn't getting anything. As soon as Maeve calls out 75, 18, you try that. That does not open the safe.
So then I try all the iterations of that. 5, 70, 18, like.
It doesn't open the safe. You're making little hash marks in the closet wall to keep track of what you've done. Nope.
What are we missing?
All right, let's read over the clues again. And I'm going to grab all the papers and put them on the bed and lay them out one, like first, second, third, fourth.
So you lay them out. The first one is the birthday card. The second one is this little card that's sort of tied to a key. The second one is a full letter that was wrapped around the wrench. And the third one is one that was taped to the crowbar.
Was there a number on the key?
You want to take a look at it?
Yes, please.
Yes, as you do. Hidden in the intricacies of the design at the top, if you kind of hold it in the right light and take a look at it, you think you see a 3 and a 4.
Bingo.
34.
As all this is going on, Silas is just eyeballing the crowbar.
Yes.
And he's just kind of telekinetically, like, kind of propping it up because he's like, hey, if this goes on too much longer, I'm just popping this thing. Is what he's
Maeve, do you share your discovery?
I will. I'll point that out. So try 34.
Silas.
18.
Silas is.
Keys it in. As you go to the 34, you hear a little. As you go passing the 0 back to the 5. And as you go around to the 18, not passing 0, there's a final. And you can feel the weight of this very heavy, sturdy door just sink a tad as it releases from the lock.
Maeve, you're amazing.
They had all the information right there. It was
Yeah,
there.
but you figured it out. I had no idea.
And
So
as that happens, Silas makes like a sound effect that sounds like a coin that you just jumped up to get in Mario Brothers.
well, open it up.
All right. It's heavy. This is a heavy duty safe. It feels vintage. It feels good, like really sturdy and strong. It'd feel good having your birth certificate in there and your deeds of bond and all of that. Be really safe. So as you kind of pull it open and it reaches up towards the back of the closet. Inside, the walls are lined with velvet. And you can even feel and smell. It's like this really kind of sort of stale air, but I don't know. It has that sort of like old books scent to it. And lying on the velvet at the bottom is a pocket watch.
Silas just floats it up to the group.
Yes.
He's like, I think this is it.
It has iconography of clouds on it. It has a sort of almost clear opalescent kind of jewel on one end.
Well, we've got them all. Let's go on out to Steve.
Wait, what time of day is it? It's nighttime, yeah?
Right now, yeah, it's nighttime. It's probably 8 p.m., something like that, 8, 9 p.m.
Well, we have to be prepared for whatever might happen. I mean, should we wait till morning if Steve decides to stand up, grab the train, and start running?
If he does that, then we'll just hop on the train. And
also, if he does that, I don't know if it's going to matter if it's daytime or nighttime.
Yeah, that's true.
If he tries to destroy us and obliterate us, probably not going to matter.
I don't think I could wait all night to see what happens.
What time is the watch set to?
This watch? This watch looks like it's about 4:15. If you go to wind it, you see it still works. It can still, it still ticks. It's still a working watch.
Robin, you have the other one, right?
They're all attached to Steve right now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's do this.
All right, let's go.
I mean, listen, like, I don't want to be that guy here, but I do kind of just want to mention, like, I was thinking this entire time because I thought that this was going to be just in like an air vent or something. But like, if we had been on this train and we had not like gotten, stranded in whatever this place is, so does that mean that this stranger, Al, was going to be just rummaging around in our rooms for stuff? Like, I mean, wasn't your stuff in here now?
Yeah, but I'd assume this was the kind of thing they do while after we were
Well,
gone.
we're out at the excursion, like the day excursion. They're just going to go through our stuff.
They also work on the train, so
Augie was going to make your beds, you know.
Yeah, we have to assume that the people who
Bring
work
you
on the
clean
train had
towels.
some kind of that we could trust them in some way, right? And if this is the worst thing that he would have had to move my sneakers, I would have been totally okay with that. I'm like actively moving out.
I'm just saying, if
and trying to
True
look
love,
around.
Silas, true love.
If I had gotten in this room and all of a sudden I like realized that, you know, any contraband I might have with me, I would have tried to hide it somewhere, and they might have come across the contraband. That's all I'm saying.
In your room, Silas?
You would not have had that tiny little adorable crowbar. Now come on, let's go put this on Steve.
Yeah,
and as I go outside, I want to I'm on the lookout for these creatures.
For these creatures,
fairies.
yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Give me a perception check as you head out of the train.
That's another one I'd love you to roll.
Yeah,
It's a
you
plus
got it.
5 on my hand.
All right. Walking down, you don't see any of the lights, but you just have this eerie feeling of being watched.
Has everybody followed me?
Yeah, we're following you.
I'll look back at everyone and say, they're here somewhere.
Who's they?
What? Who?
If you're here, why don't you show yourselves? I don't like jump scares.
I don't like being watched.
I'm watching them right back.
Yeah.
Oh, you can see them?
No, you can't. I mean, well, yeah.
No, I can't, but I'm just saying it because I'm posturing.
You make your way through the cold, dark night now. Again, feeling, hearing the crunch of the snow beneath your feet as you move your way back up towards the engine. As you cross over to Steve, he's like a dark monolith in the night here. You can barely see any of his features because it is so dark. As you come up,
light up my hand as we get closer.
Get a little bit
of light.
It casts fantastic, terrifying shadows all around you as you approach. He just looks ancient. He looks like old ancient stone, even crumbling and a little bit, faded in certain places. But as you approach, you can see, again, kind of stuck to his torso in these different places are these watches that are just tightly magnetized to his body.
So magnificent, but you have to understand that Robin and I are, understand our trepidation just a tad.
Yeah, I mean, I think we should all back up because I can get that watch close enough, and we can be like 100 feet away if we need to be.
All right, let's do it.
Because we don't know what he's going to do.
Robin's like, all right, let's do it.
Neb will step back like 10 feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Silas, you're going to take it telepath.
Silas is going to touch the pocket watch and make it light up.
Okay.
And then he is going to float it closer to whatever this thing is.
All right.
Whatever we call Steve.
Well, perhaps they'll wake up and we can ask them what.
I'm with you. That's the first question, as long as he's not killing us.
So you all take a step back 10, 15 feet, wherever you feel safe. As this watch floats, it's lit up in front of you. It almost reminds you a little bit of a larger version of these little lights that have been flying around. And it begins to float towards Steve. Suddenly, 2 blue lights come out of the left and try to take it from you. Please give me a strength saving throw. Silas?
Can I do that with spellcasting modifier?
You can. Go ahead. Okay. Absolutely, you can.
All right. Ooh, that's nice. That's a 19 on the
Ooh, that's a 19. All
23.
right.
23.
You feel the pressure of these things. You all hear a little.
Oh, they're trying to take it. They're trying to take it.
As they try to pull it, they get the chain, and you can see the chain starting to go off to one side. As they kind of let go and ricochet, flying off into the trees off to the side, as the other one turns to you and goes and flies off after.
I don't know what you're saying.
I want to run up to, like,
yes.
I'll start to run towards it, and when it does that, I'll just be like, no, shoo.
With your hand of fire.
Shoo. And it flies away after its companion.
And then I'm going to try to get it there faster.
As it floats faster, when it's about a foot within, you don't even have to work anymore. It just sucks it right in till it hits magnetized onto the torso of this large monolith. The light goes out It does not maintain.
Oh no,
There's
we
a
broke it.
long period of silence. The whole top of it slumps forward a little bit, and then in the darkness, against the blue, dark blue sky and the moon, you see it rise up to its full height, its head riding atop of its shoulders.
What do you ask?
What
What's
is your name?
I'll high five Silas.
Yeah.
I need a second.
I mean, you two
Wasted no time.
He's like,
whoa, right
We have to buy each other a Coke now.
Yep. I'm here for it.
I have to do a creepy voice. I can't. Okay.
We broke our DM.
It happens a lot. I'm grateful. Okay.
Okay.
It isn't good. This is a big lead up for nothing. But okay.
Okay.
No.
Oh.
No name. Can we call you Steve?
I'll take that as a yes.
If you change your mind, just let us know in some way, and we'll offer more names, or you can tell us what you like. But it feels weird to just be like, "Hey, you."
It turns its head ever so slightly to the side. Again, you're not getting much features because it's so dark against the backlit of the moon. It turns, looking maybe more towards probably Silas, since you were the one that sent it over. It says,
Are you the masters of the tree?
Silas, when someone asks you if you are master of a train, you say yes.
I love you, Miss Robin.
Yes. Although we are the masters of the train, although master is kind of a word that's not seeing great usage these days. So we prefer something like the custodians of the train. So does that do you serve the masters of the train?
I am tasked to protect the train and its master.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Well, that's awesome, because we could use a lot of that help, actually.
Yes.
Mr. Steve,
We
we're
love you,
trying
Steve.
to get. Go ahead. Silas,
No,
ahead.
you go. I was just expressing my joy and excitement at this moment.
Okay. Fairuza's gonna pull herself up to her full 6'4" and brush it off. Mr. Steve, we've got this train going because we're trying to get to a location that's really important for us, and we would love it if you could help. We're assuming you know how to work this train as well, because we can teach you if you don't. Silas will teach you.
I do not run the train.
You just protect it. Hey, quick question. I don't know how much you weigh, buddy. Like that's not like a personal question, but like, can you actually ride on the train, or is this like a thing where you like run alongside it? Because that would be pretty cool.
Good question, Silas. Good question.
with every sigh, you get the feeling that he's a little.
We're annoying him. Oh no.
He's used to more commanding, to the point kind of custodians, and is starting to regret a little maybe being reanimated here.
Oh no.
He turns and begins to walk slow, heavy steps. You even think you sort of feel the ground just tremble a little beneath his feet as he walks towards the back of the train away from you.
Hey, where are you going, buddy?
Maybe that's where he stays.
Do you follow him?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Hey, where are you going? Let's use our words.
He's not super fast. You can keep up with him pretty easily as you follow along. He makes it to the back, to the caboose, where he sits on the iron railings at the back, his legs dangling off like a child at the end of the dock, and says,
When you are ready.
Oh,
Hey, actually, speaking of ready, unless we go that direction and I point like where he's facing, I guess now, we need some help fixing the train tracks. Is that something that you could do to help protect us? Because technically, I think that falls into that venue.
It would, in fact, damage the train if it were to go directly into the train tracks.
He perks up a little, standing a little, sitting a little bit taller, as he pops himself off the back of the train and turns toward you. He says, turns and begins to walk back towards the front of the train. Again, it takes a long time. He's a slow walker, but he's really very powerful. You don't think anything could really stand in his way. As he makes his way forward, he turns back to the group and says,
Show me.
Yeah, and Silas is gonna, and we're just gonna go up to the front where the train tracks are messed up, and Silas is gonna be, here it is. We don't know what to do with this mess.
He stands atop of it, looking down at the bent part of the track, and as he looks at it, you hear a little as he cocks his head to one side, the stone grinding against stone, and suddenly lifts his leg, putting it behind him, swinging it forward with an incredible force. He kicks the rail. Boom! It reverberates through the entire area. You hear snow dropping off of trees in the woods beyond. And looking down, you see it is fixed. He turns to you.
No. You're right.
Wait. No. I need to safety inspect this.
He turns and walks to the back of the train and sits back on the caboose.
As we walk in, as he walks back, I'm gonna follow and walk and talk and be like,
yes.
Can you get into the engine?
Looking at him, your guess is no. He's very big and not super dexterous. These little footholds and so forth. He says,
Is that what you wish?
Well, I'm just thinking we need to keep this train fed with fuel all the time. And I don't know if you need to sleep or eat, but we do. And it would be really nice if you could help with that. But if you can't get into the engine, that makes sense.
He turns around midway, about halfway back, walks up to the tender. You notice he can look straight up over into it. He is so tall. He reaches up and you just hear a crunch as he takes a handful of wood down. Again, it's slow, He then comes up towards. He can't get into the engine. He is far too large, but looking into it, he reaches again one very long other arm and is able to just reach in and pop open that oven. He throws in the handful of wood that he has and closes it, all while standing on the ground next to it.
That's amazing.
Wow.
So this is great because that means we can sleep without having to worry about keeping this thing fed. And when we get to our next stop, we can go do whatever we got to do at our next stop without having to leave someone behind.
Hey, I just want to check in with you here, though, Steve. Are you okay just doing that all night like that?
As you wish.
He's like the Dread Pirate Roberts.
What?
The Dread Pirate Roberts didn't say "as you wish." He only said that as Wesley. Wesley said "as you
It
wish."
doesn't matter. It's the same person.
Was good night. I'll
It's the
most likely
same.
kill you in the morning.
It's the same person, though.
But
I'm
it's
just
not
saying,
because the Dread Pirate Roberts is a title. Like it's handed down from one person to another.
for that point in time, do not argue with me about the greatest movie ever made. Listen, I think that means he loves us.
You could just sit in your wrongness and be wrong.
I think that he loves us.
He's in love with you all.
Do not argue with the Maeve Cyclopedia Britannica, okay? Silas.
The encyclopedia
we'll find some
movie.
Trivial
movie
Pursuit
channel.
somewhere on this train. And I will
He
float
barely
down.
registers this conversation. He just, kind of seems to keep his head very focused on that fire. And, if he thinks it needs another one, he'll move to do that. Otherwise, he's quite still. But again, there's this sense of when he has a task, he's quite content.
Okay.
One more question, Steve. Sorry. Do you need anything? Do you need food? Do you need water? Do you need sleep?
Insight. You want me to roll it?
Yeah.
What's your modifier?
+5.
You and only you, as you ask this, there's a bit of a pause. He says, but you and only you sense a tension through all of the stones of his back, almost as if he had muscle plates. They would shift against one another. There's a tightness to him that comes across that gives you the impression he's lying.
I'm just going to nod and say, okay, well, if any of that changes, you let us know, okay?
With each of these sighs, it's less like air, and again, more like two stones somewhere in his throat rub against each other to create sound.
Well, Silas, it looks like you've got the night off, at least from feeding the engine.
I mean, are we just going to trust this? I mean, honestly, hey, I'm fine with it. I just want to make sure everybody's aligned there.
Yeah, I think we have no choice. I think it was, like Neb likes to say, I think it was meant for us to find him and bring him back to life and for him to help
destiny is all. I'm there with you. Just wanted to make sure where, since I was the one that was supposed to stay up tonight and keep it going, that I wouldn't get blamed if something goes wrong.
I think it's still a good idea that we still do watches. It just means now no one has to do a watch in here while chucking wood.
So wait, I have a question. Do you guys think I don't want to ask him, does he just sit on the back of the train as it goes? Does he walk alongside it? Like, what is his deal?
It looked like he sits on the back of the caboose when we go.
Okay.
That's the impression I get.
Interesting. Okay. All right. Well, I guess problem number 2, finding those fairies, those mischievous fairies.
Did we want to go after them? I figured, we can, but I figured we go back in the train. I don't know if we want to chase after them at night.
True. All right. You're right. I could use some sleep, something to eat.
Okay. So is the plan to rest now?
I'll go ahead and
10 p.m.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and take the first watch. I've got a whole book of animals that I want to look through.
Oh, okay.
We need 3 watches. Who wants to do second?
All right. Well, Neb, I don't mind going alone. I've actually never done a watch alone. It's up to you if you want to go alone so you can read your book of creatures that you intend to scare us with. What? Or then
you've been missing time and having your eyes suddenly change color and things. I think probably it's best if someone stays with you.
Yeah, if only so that you know what you're saying. Do you want to join me on first watch?
Okay. If as long as you don't mind.
I kind of want to be there for her to say something creepy this time, but I'm gonna let you.
I don't like the idea that you guys are saying I'm saying things. This isn't something I'm celebrating internally.
That makes sense, but this way at least we won't miss it if it happens, and then you'll know more, hopefully, right?
All right. I'm hoping that it's ended, whatever it is.
Okay. So Neb and Fairuza are going up first?
Yeah.
Okay. Who would like to take second?
I mean,
I don't mind.
Nobody.
Robin is the morning person.
Okay.
She'll usually take the last watch.
Yeah.
So
Silas
Silas
is
on his
fine with
own
it.
in the middle,
Yeah.
and then Maeve and Robin in the morning.
Make coffee.
Yes.
I mean, you don't all have to. You can each take individual naps. You don't have to necessarily.
That's true.
Some people can sleep straight through 12 hours. Now that's a long rest.
I think that's a myth.
Yeah.
People
Takes me
can
forever
sleep
to get
well.
Actually, no, Maeve doesn't. Jen might.
All right. So where are you going to make your camp tonight? You going to your rooms? You have your own bedrooms now?
I think so.
Okay, great. Neb and Fairuza, where you want to hang out?
Actually,
what
just
it
to be
Yes.
clear, Silas is probably going to go find another room
Okay.
that is very close because his window is completely busted out.
Right. Okay, so you'll have to use Neb's or Fairuza's because the rooms are all booked.
Or you
Silas,
can
if-
sleep
I
in room
thought there
A.
wasn't
Or you
anybody.
can sleep in room A. You're welcome to
Or you
sleep
can
in room.
Silas, why don't you take my room because we've already gone through it all, so I won't feel weird.
I mean that's fine, but like, don't we have other rooms just in the other car?
That's true. There's the crew quarters.
I mean, I don't mind. Like, I don't want to impose. Neb. Like,
It's only imposing if we're both in there at the same time and we're not taking the same watch. So
well, but we will like that last one when Miss Robin is doing it, right?
yeah, I guess that's true. Well, then I don't care. Nah.
Yeah,
After
I
everything
mean-
that we've been through, I think
You've just been camping together in a mine.
Yeah.
You're-
That's
I mean,
fine.
I don't
That's
mind
fine.
stylish. You can sleep in my room. I mean, my room is. I mean, it has a longer bed, but it does seem to be a bit colder than the rest of this train. I don't know if
Well,
it's me.
that's a
Maybe
big
there's a
selling
draft.
point. Yeah. That's
But-
fine. I'm just going to take this mattress and he starts moving the mattress from the one room and puts it on the floor. in one
Okay,
of the other
gotcha.
rooms.
Okay, great.
Fairuza, do you want to take the watch in the whatever that? It's not a living room. I keep wanting to
The
call it a
lounge.
living room. The lounge that's
The
like
lounge.
right there, so that we can keep. This way, we can keep an eye on the rooms, but just be comfy. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind, and trust me, I know you have your book that you want to read, so I promise I won't talk your head off. I think in my room I have a book on tort law that I wanted to sort of kind of read while I was here, so I can pull that
That'll
out.
keep you up.
Expecting a lot of tortious conduct on this trip.
Absolutely. I mean, she's got to prepare for when we get back and she sues Silas.
Exactly.
Sends him to jail.
Okay.
When everybody has gone to their
Settled.
rooms and everything, I'll sit down with the book, but then I'm gonna look over at Fairuza and say, "Are you doing okay?"
Yeah, I'm just shocked by everything that is continually happening on this particular vacation of ours. Rather than that, I've made peace with the fact that this is what is happening. We are on a train that we helped move, and we have a 10-foot statue helping us do it. And I'm supposed to just accept that as reality, and that's what it's going to be. So I'm doing fine. I think I'm more worried about what you guys are saying that I was doing. Neb,
Yeah.
can I tell you something?
Anything you feel comfortable with.
You know we won't survive if we don't find all the shards, right?
Probably. It's possible if we fail at this that we'll get just shunted back. Maybe they just kick us out of this place. But I do have a feeling this is kind of a life or death situation.
Well, I didn't really want to say anything, especially since we're so focused on getting the train moving, getting Steve moving, and especially since I already freaked you out earlier. And then thirdly, because we all seem to be developing these abilities. So everything we do that's a little off, I'm assuming it's some sort of, I don't know, change that's happening. But I keep having visions of someone. Yeah, I keep seeing someone.
When did this start?
I don't know. I hear losing track of time, I guess, a day ago, maybe. but I keep seeing someone.
So I'll admit the reason that I asked you if you were okay, I mean, beyond everything, which I think is just the qualifier now whenever we ask. You've been saying you're cold, and I thought you don't mind the cold. You've always been really happy in the cold. And then recently you've just been really cold. At times in where I'm not cold.
Yeah. That's something that I did think about, but I sort of chalked it up to the fact that, everything for me has a reason. There's always something plausible that I can come out of every situation here. Even when we're having parties with rats and centipedes, I still my brain tries. What makes me more worried, Neb, is the person that I keep seeing. It's me. And I'm alone, but I'm surrounded by darkness. And it's cold as usual, but you guys are nowhere to be found. And my worry is that I've developed some sort of foresight, or this is some sort of possible eventuality. I'm alone, and it's dark.
I mean, that does sound scary, but this might be a good thing if you know that this is something that might happen. We can work towards making it not happen. I mean, I can't speak for everybody else, but I'm not going to ever leave you alone if it's within my power.
I appreciate that. I've never actually had these sort of feelings before. So I think it's just all of this is just getting to me. So I'll do my best to make sure if I feel or see anything bizarre that I share it with you guys.
Yeah, I mean, even if it's just stress and worry and not this place, maybe we can help. Maybe just saying it will help. I don't know, but whatever you need, I'll try. I hate to pile on the weird bad news.
What?
So, you remember how I asked Steve, did he need anything?
Well, yeah, you just said, well, if you need anything, let me know. And I'm like, well, we could just get him some beef jerky or one of your little bubble things that you like to hand out.
Yeah, well, berries. Yeah, so I asked you, did he need food or water or rest? And he said no. And is it weird that I think a statue can lie? I say that, but it's probably not weird, but I think he lied. I don't think he was telling, I think there's something else going on. He looked upset by saying that.
You think the 10-foot, 2-ton statue that we're trusting with our lives is lying about something?
And very specifically about needing something, not about helping or serving or any of that. The needing something.
All right.
I didn't want to say that like right in front of him, which is why I waited.
I honestly don't blame you because Robin and I have seen what happens when it gets upset, and I kind of want to avoid that situation again.
Yeah.
But I do think this is possibly something we should bring up with the others when they're awake.
I think
I wonder what we can do to catch. Why do you catch a statue in a lie?
I think he just got like tense in a way that just read like he was not telling the truth. Like
exactly.
I said,
what did you ask him again? What were your exact words? Do you remember?
Do you need any food or water or rest? Because those were the three things I thought were the most important.
Do you need food, water, or rest? Yeah, those three things definitely piss me off.
I mean, I know I get hangry all the time, so I totally understand. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. But I think you're right on both levels. I think what you've talked about with me about what you've been seeing and what I think about Steve, we definitely need to tell the others. But like I said, I didn't want to
Hello, everyone. The sprites, the snowflake fairies are messing with our computers here, playing little pranks on us. They didn't get their pocket watch, but they will come for our internet. So I think where we're going to pick up from where we left off was just where Neb was finishing to say, Neb and Fairuza were discussing how they should probably share with the rest of the party that Steve, quote unquote, seemed to have been lying about needing anything.
Yeah. And also about your visions, your whatever is going on.
It's just one right now. I mean, it's just
vision.
It's just
okay.
one. Yeah.
Can I make a suggestion? Because I've been trying to write down what you say because you don't, obviously you don't know what's going on. When you have one of these, I kept a dream journal for a while and it ended up not really doing very much, but it was kind of fun. Do you think it's worth, like, in that afterwards, writing down what you saw, what you felt, what you heard?
All right, I can try. I'll try that. I mean, to be honest with you, I've been trying to. It's only been a few times now, but and we're dealing with so much. It's the last thing I want to dump on you guys is that, oh, by the way, I have visions that you're gone or I'm gone or something. But next time I see myself, I will jot down whatever it is I see. How I feel. I will say that one thing you brought up that is interesting is that I am quite cold here in this train. I mean, thankfully the blankets in this place were actually quite good.
They are really nice blankets. Yeah.
They did keep us cozy, but
yeah. Fairuza, it's never dumping on us. We want to help. And then Neb just, like, sits and opens up her book and starts to look through all the animals.
And Fairuza opens her tort law book
and starts reading about tort law. The time passes uneventfully. You are both absorbed in your reading for different reasons. The time comes to a close. In fact, you're in the room with the grandfather clock. You hear a little dong, dong as 2 a.m. dawns, and that is the end of your shift.
Fairuza, look at this bear. Look at this bear. This is so cool. Do you think I could turn into that?
No, not it. Well, I mean, I guess if we're facing something scary, but I don't want to wake up to that, Neb.
I'll try not to. I'll try not to do that when you're sleeping. But I just, right?
All right.
It's just so. Oh yeah. Okay. Sorry.
All derivations of Neb. I'm gonna encourage those. All right. Are you sleepy?
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm excited to keep reading through the book, but it's been a long day. I'll go get. Silas is doing the next. Okay. Well, you head to bed and I'll go get Silas.
All right.
Love you.
Love you too.
And she's gonna go to her room.
Oh my God. It's our first I love you.
Neb just kind of reflexively, yeah, sure, I love you too. And then stops for a moment and has this nice warm smile. And then walks into her room.
Okay. And you pass by Silas, who's on a mattress on the floor, I believe. Is that what we did? And you shake Silas. Yeah, we're going to wake up Silas.
Yeah, I'll go poke him in the foot until he wakes up.
Yeah, no.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey. It's your turn.
What?
Hey.
My turn for what?
Morning. It's your watch. You said you were going to do the second watch.
My watch? What happened to my watch?
I would have a funny retort to that, except it's been a really long day and all I can think about is bears. It's
the
time for you
like
to
5 a.m. or something. You can't use words like retort.
I've been sitting next to Fairuza all evening. I can use words like retort. I just can't come up with one.
All right.
Anyway, It's your turn to be awake while the rest of us are asleep.
Okay, I'm on it. Got it.
All right. Silas, where are you going to hang out?
I will go into the same place with the grandfather clock there. And Silas just is going to find whatever the most comfortable looking chair is, but he's going to set up anything to put up his feet. And he's just like, oh, sciatica, I tell you.
Okay.
And,
well, hold on. We'll get there. As you're walking down the hallway, you close the door behind you to Neb's compartment. As you pass in front of the door to compartment A, the glass on the left side immediately spiders over with frost. It gets freezing cold as you now see your breath in front of your face, shuddering out of your body. You turn your head to the right, looking into the room of compartment A, and a woman stands in the center. She wears an ice blue dress dripping with beads. She has tightly curled, white blonde hair, blood red lips, and she looks at you, opens her mouth as if she is screaming. And in a tiny voice in the back of your head, you hear, "Run, he's coming." Bang! The whole entire train starts to tilt to the side. You feel your body moving. Give me a dexterity saving throw, please.
What?
Dexterity, you said 17.
17. You're able to keep yourself on your feet, but you have to actually literally put your feet and your hands on the wall with the window behind you to keep yourself upright as the entire train car tilts to the side. It then rights itself, swaying back and forth as you hold yourself there, and all of the lights go out. Again.
I immediately just light up my ring.
Yep.
And I assume I'm not very far from everyone else's room. I'm going to
right
peek in and see if they experienced whatever I just experienced.
As you begin to move down, the doors are closed. You can open the first one to compartment
Yes.
B. You open it. Who's in compartment B?
I think it's Robin.
I think it's Robin.
Is it
but let me
Robin?
see.
Okay.
Yeah, Robin's no. B is Silas, I think.
Oh
well,
yeah.
B is Silas. C is me.
C is
E
you,
is
Alicia.
me.
Okay.
F is
So
Rob.
Fairuza's in C. Says you go over to Fairuza's room and just very gently open it. I mean, all of the lights are out. You are immediately shivering. Everything is shaking on you with fear and cold. The woman steps into the hallway behind you as you walk away, staring at you again, her mouth almost lit from within as there is no light around her. How can you see her? As she stares at you and you peek into Fairuza's room, and she is fast asleep, sleeping like a child. You turn back to her again. "Run, he's coming."
Silas does not run.
Okay.
And he stares at her and starts slowly walking towards her.
Her hand reaches out in front of you, almost reaching towards you or stopping you. You're not sure. As she does, her whole body rockets backward as a dark cloud rises around, enveloping her entire body. It screeches and disappears, pulling her, dragging her into the room. You begin to see fire coming from within compartment A.
I go to get a better vantage point.
You run over, looking inside. She stands in the center of it, burning. Center of flame as it begins to envelop the entire room around her, this dark smoke circling around her.
I am going to so with minor illusion,
yes.
I can make an incredibly loud noise.
Yes.
And so I am going to literally just say like a klaxon, like
yep.
And just like start like blaring that out across the train. And I'm going to I'm actually going to telekinetically into the room, see if I can move anything in the room. So I don't know if there's a table or something on a table.
Okay.
I'm trying to see if I can physically impact anything inside that room.
The klaxons begin to sound really loud. I mean, throughout the entire train space. As you do this, the smoke stops. It falls to the ground around her feet, starts to just snake its way towards you, rising up in a figure in front of your face. As you begin to try to telekinetically move things on the other side. What is your AC?
Let's see.
Doesn't matter. Natural 20. You are slammed.
It doesn't matter.
Against the wall on the other side, shattering the glass behind you. You immediately take 20 points of bludgeoning damage. As the top half of your body falls outside of the train. Again, this train rocks side to side, landing back on its wheels. Suddenly, lights come on. Everything is fine. Your klaxon is still sounding. The rest of you hear this klaxon as you're sleeping in your beds.
What is it? The war again? And just kind of coming out the hallway. What's happening?
This would have
Maeve,
happened
war
like
dramas.
this would have happened like moments after we had woken him up, right?
It would be about 5 minutes.
Yeah. So Neb is still awake.
You weren't much asleep. You were pretty much still awake. Yeah.
And I'm gonna rush out.
Yeah. You rush outside. Everything looks fine. Silas, as you're standing there in the hallway, just feeling these incredible, broken, shattered bones and the soreness of your muscles along your back where everything was broken. The window is fine. There's nothing on fire. The lights are on. All you have is the faint smell of smoke. Lingering smell of smoke.
What?
I know I owe you an explanation, and I promise.
Yes, you do.
And I'm just I'm struggling to breathe with the broken ribs.
Yep.
And I, as I'm doing this though, you notice that I'm just kind of moving my hand over myself, and I am healing myself at this point in time.
Gotcha.
And eventually, I imagine my voice gets more sure and less wispy and raspy. And so basically, I'm saying, okay, all right, and I can do the spell because I definitely want to make sure I do this right now because otherwise something is going to.
Well, he's time. I want to look at my phone and see what time it is.
It is 2:14 a.m.
What I thought.
All right, so that is going to be between those two spells that I just cast, I'm gonna get 18 points of that back. So
okay.
All right.
How'd you get hurt?
That's going to be hard to explain, but I think after all we've been through, everyone is going to at least be inclined to believe me.
Yeah.
Did you get stuck in a netherworld where you couldn't get back? And you got hit by a. Did you just try and hug Steve?
No. I would never do that without consent.
I don't want to know what he's doing at night.
But I was just going to read my comic, and technically it's a trade paperback. People get that wrong all the time. But I was headed to go do that, and I saw Ivy. I think that's what we're calling her, right? I saw Ivy again, and she looked like she was straight up out of some kind of horror movie again, and her mouth was way bigger than it was supposed to be. And then she said, "Run," and it's like this whispering, like I can still hear it in my head a little bit. But she said, "Run," and I'm like, "Run from what? I don't see anything." And so then I immediately went and checked, and Fairuza, I went into your room. I saw you were sleeping soundly, so I'm like, "Hey, this is all just an illusion," because I know a little bit about that now because I can do some of that, right? And so I'm like, "Oh, this is just in my head." And so then she's like out in the hallway at that point. And she's like, giant mouth. And then I'm like, no, this is like, I disbelieve. It's like, I'm just going to walk toward it. And then when I walk through it, it's going to be fine. But then she comes forward, and then all of a sudden she gets kind of I don't know, consumed almost by some kind of black smoke. And then this black smoke comes out, and it's like, oh, it's like a face. And if I was betting, I would say it's probably Julian, or because I think that guy's a bad guy. And so whoever this is, they're it's a face. And then all of a sudden, next thing I know, I'm getting attacked, and I'm getting slammed into the wall over here. Oh, and by the way, I left out this part about the train rocked, almost like it was going to just completely fall over on its side. But you were all in there sleeping like babies. And so it was all in my head. But then those broken ribs that I just stitched back together with the newfound magic that we have, says that something was real about it. And so I don't know what's happening, but if this is going to go on this train, we probably ain't staying on this train.
I mean, we knew this was a haunted train. I just wasn't expecting it to be that kind of haunted.
What you were expecting, Judgment House, little scenes or something, little people that are not allowed to touch you to come out. No, this is real stuff.
And
she told you to run, Silas? What was that, Maeve?
What'd you say, Fairuza?
I was like, you said that she told you to run.
Told me to run, but I'm like, run where? I'm on an enclosed train. It's 20 degrees outside. I'm not running out in the driven snow.
What did you say, Maeve?
He said that this happened before. The last night we were on the train.
Wait, what? What are you saying?
Something similar happened. Didn't we see her in the middle of the night?
Well, yeah, and we fought like whatever that shadow creature was, right?
Wait a second. Are you going to say this is going to happen every night?
I don't know. Like, what time is it?
Currently, it's about 2:15.
Oh,
Oh,
very
wow.
recurring.
So we just need to stay off the train at 2:15. Like everybody's bedtime just needs to back up about 3 hours.
Or maybe there is something that we need to do at 2:15, 2:14.
2:13, 2:13, 2:13.
Yeah.
All the pocket watches.
Robin.
What times? I know one of them was at 2:13. Two of them were at 2:13, right?
Maybe two of them were because they were broken. The two most, Gloria's worked. Hers is a functioning watch. And then, although maybe hers, because maybe it got smashed in that original, original thing. That's why that
got stuck.
There you go.
Mine was stuck.
There you go. The others though were functioning. They are not.
Okay.
They are not stuck at any kind of time.
But we also got 213 from Ivy when we put the shard in the mirror.
Yeah.
So clearly there's significance there, and we don't need to be anywhere near this at 2:13. We probably need to just detach this car from the train and be done with it.
Well, we can't be done with it. That's where the mirror is that we're getting all the shards.
Yeah.
Well, let's just go in there and take the mirror out. Like, we got to be able to detach that from that wall somehow, right?
Something
got a
tells me
crowbar.
Move that.
we do have a tiny crowbar.
You do have a tiny crowbar.
Something my gut
where is
tells me it's
Steve,
not
by
going
the
to be
way?
that easy.
Steve is supposed to protect us, and I am not feeling very protected.
We're
Well,
calling the manager.
I think the secret is to be away from room A at 2:13 in the morning.
But we literally sleep right there. Like, my room is right there. If my room window wasn't busted, like, I mean, this thing was out in the hallway. It's not like it's stuck in room A anymore.
It was out in the hallway, just
Like,
hanging
she
out.
came out in the hallway and like,
There's no door.
yeah, like we
And,
busted
okay, so
the door.
you-
Remember that?
The general feeling you felt when you saw her was like she was scaring you, or was she protecting you? Maybe we should look at this as something where
I
the
mean,
general feeling you had.
the general feeling I had was what? And I with a minor illusion, I start bleeping out everything I'm saying, and then I say, and then I was like, okay, like she's probably trying to protect me in her own way, and she's telling me to run, but then I'm like, I'm not going to run and leave all of you here. So then that's when I went and checked, and you're all just completely fine. And so I'm like, oh, this is a figment of my imagination. And then whatever that figment was, slammed me against the wall.
I'm going to eye Fairuza as I say this.
Yeah.
This sounds like a vision.
It sounds like a vision.
A vision that can physically manifest and do something in our world.
Or to you, at least, because you were the one it happened to.
There is something that so in a before our 5 minutes of sleep were interrupted.
Can we make coffee while we talk?
Yeah, we're gonna
That
need
would be a
coffee
long
for what we're about
conversation.
for
Yeah,
what
I'm
we're
gonna
about
get
to
away
say.
from
We're
this
gonna need
room
coffee.
anyway.
Yeah. Mhm.
All right. You want to head to the lounge in the dining room where there's coffee
go.
and
Before
Sure.
we move, does anything in the room look different in room A?
perception check, please.
15.
Nothing is moved, nothing is broken, nothing is burnt, but it is warmer. And again, that like little bit of match smell that you had before now smells like someone's got a fire burning down the block.
So that was one thing that I might have left out a little bit in my, hasty explanation of what happened. But she did just get like, I can't remember, like there was this huge lore dump at some point, and everybody was talking about what happened to Ivy. And I think that I was distracted by something. So I don't know, did she burn when she died?
I don't think we know.
I don't
We
Well,
know
I think that she probably did based on what I saw. Because
What we
she
know
was,
is that Julian had a great fear of fire and wanted to reinforce the train against fire.
well, maybe the shadowy person isn't Julian then. I don't know. But somebody was trying to, again, kill me. and then she was bathed in flames, and then it's almost like she just like kind of like got consumed by them, and then pop goes the weasel, and there's just a little shadow that's kind of like starting to kind of inch its way toward me, and then everything returned back to normal.
And you're absolutely sure
Hey,
that
listen.
this was Ivy? Everything.
Well, yeah, I mean, like I got really close to Ivy that first time, if you'll remember, hanging outside the train. And so,
right. Oh my God.
Yes, it was definitely her.
The description sounds like what we've seen a bunch of times.
Yeah.
So here's what we could do. We said that Steve could not get inside this train, but like maybe we can like bust a hole in the side right here, and then 213 comes around and Steve can and like throw down. I don't know. I'm just saying Steve should be here at 213.
You know, is that coffee ready yet?
Was anyone making it? Because last I checked, we were still standing in the hallway.
Let's go stand somewhere else and let's have some coffee. And I think Fairuza and I,
the haunted train room, the haunted compartment.
I think Fairuza and I have stuff that we need to tell you that we were going to tell you in the morning, but now it seems like we're telling you now.
Well, it's 2:15 in the morning, so
that's fair.
As well.
I mean, honestly, if we think this is going to happen like all the time and every night, then we probably all should stay up and at least see to make sure that it's not just me. I mean, I know what I saw, and I'm not going to entertain any thoughts that I'm losing my mind or anything like that, because I definitely am not. But I won't say that it might not just be me seeing it. So, you know, that's either way, that's an important piece of information. And so I think that either way, you know, tomorrow night, we probably should all try to be around, you know, or at least a few of us around at 213 to see if it
so
happens.
that we can all get hit by.
Well, no. I'm saying safe distance, whatever. Put Steve, like, let's all sit on top of Steve's shoulders outside the train and look through the window on this side. You know, whatever we need to do.
Well, about Steve.
I just thought of that. What do you think maybe Steve noticed what was happening to the train in your brain in the illusion that you were having? I don't know. That came out ridiculous. Okay, never mind.
I don't know.
No,
I think there's a lot we need to
about
learn about Steve. Yeah.
There's a bunch we need to learn about Steve, because I got the distinct impression when I asked him if he needed anything, and he said, no. He was not telling the truth. He was hiding something. He got all tense in that way that people do when they lie.
Okay, Matt Murdock. I mean, he doesn't have heartbeat. How are you able to tell whether he can, you know, actually lie or not?
Well, I assume he can just lie by saying a lie, by saying no instead of yes. But he got all tense, like he was upset, or, you know when people lie, but they do it badly. I mean, Silas, you should know, you taught me how to lie, and so I feel like I'm getting better.
I taught you how to lie? Wow.
Yeah, remember with the rats and everything?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of feel bad about that, but there's this small sense of pride also. Like,
well, I think this is a good thing, because I mean, I might be wrong, but I really got the sense that he was hiding something about needing something.
Why would a robot lie?
And specifically,
why would anyone tell you what they need when they first meet you? Why should they have any reason to trust you?
True, but the framing of the question was like, I don't want to say innocent, but not like, what do you need in the grand scheme of things for the rest of your life?
The question,
Or maybe he just wasn't comfortable when we just woken him up from whatever state he was in with feeling like a burden.
Well, that's fair, but I kind of wish he had just stayed quiet then instead of lied. But that's why I'm having second thoughts about that.
Well, in my mind, it's either that or he needs something that he knows we wouldn't want to give him. Sorry for being macabre with that, but...
No, it's a good point. And also, Silas, I think it's a good idea for more of us to be around, because if you're having this kind of vision, telling people is a good idea. And I just like sit down next to Fairuza.
So you've moved this conversation to the lounge dining room area. You're drinking
coffee, and
you're sitting. Silas, you've found a comfy chair, but you've got bigger issues than sciatica at this moment. Sitting there, it feels lonely here. Every once in a while, you can hear Steve, the scrape of stone as he reaches up and grabs some wood, chucks it into the engine to keep it running for you. And you just get this overwhelming feeling that it is just the five of you out here in the middle of nowhere, and you have no idea what you are up against.
Shivering.
I'm going to step out, and I'm going to find my way up towards the front of the train. I'm going to tell everybody. I'm going to say, listen, I'm just going to go monitor and make sure that, Steve is still there. I think I hear him out there, but I want to see if he's still there. And, that was, that was definitely the truth from a certain point of view, but I'm also going to talk to Steve.
Okay.
And I'm going out there, and I'm basically just going to be like, so Steve, I guess that's what we've decided to call you. Hey, listen, every single time we have this conversation, it feels like I'm just like, it's such a burden to even talk to me. Like, is that like a sigh, like a despondent sigh, or is that just like the inner workings of how the magic that keeps you animated works? Wow. Okay, buddy. All right, listen, question. Do you know who Ivy is?
He stops. He was in the middle of lifting some wood out of the tender. He puts it back down and turns to you.
You know the madam.
Yeah, I am intimately familiar with her the last several days. Do you know what happened to Madam Ivy?
No, but I fear for her.
Yeah, I mean, I think she's like super dead, dude. But
as soon as you say that, every part of him freezes still.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you knew that. Did you not know that? Hey,
more and more
down.
rapidly back and forth as he turns and walks away from you, almost running as fast as he can until he stands opposite compartment A, looking through the window into the room.
Madam, show yourself.
And Silas, at this point, after he sees where he's like stopped, is running through the train. Hey, everybody! I'm sorry. I talked to the robot, and I shouldn't have. But we got to see what he's doing. And
what?
Silas is running, not inside room A, but I am assuming I can see out the window from the door, the hallway.
So as you stand in front of compartment A, are the rest of you following him?
Yeah, like I have rollers in my hair and like this.
As the group of you stop in front of compartment A and look at him, you can actually now, with the light coming out of the train onto his face, you can see there's actually quite an expressive carving upon that. And as he looks, his eyes are wide and he looks soft and scared. And in a moment, you can't tell if it's an illusion or just snowflakes. Something shimmering rolls down the side of his nose and down his chin and down his neck as he slows that grunting down, bows his head, and walks back to the engine to continue stoking the fire.
Hey, listen, I'm sorry,
what did
everyone.
You say to him, Silas?
Listen. I done told that robot that Ivy is like super dead. And I didn't think that was going to have any kind of impact. He's like an animated robot or creature or something. Like I thought. I mean, he didn't act like he had any feelings before. So, I made an assumption that was a wrong assumption, and now I've got to go apologize to the phone game.
So let me get this straight, Silas. Let me get straight. We were having coffee in the lounge, sharing stories, trying to figure out what the heck is happening.
I told you that before.
And you thought it would be interesting to get up and go outside and tell a robot that we've named after someone's lover that they're probably dead for no reason?
Listen, I don't do well with idle. Like I've got to keep moving. Like and coffee is boring.
I have a thought. Do you think that maybe Steve was once human?
Or created by someone who loved Ivy very well?
Well,
let's find out.
Protecting the...
Well, we asked what his name was, and he said he didn't have one. It's possible he
remember one.
Either way.
Wait, you have one of those looks on your faces again. On your face, sorry. I didn't mean to say faces, I meant to say face, Maeve. You have one of those looks on your face again. What are you thinking?
It just seems that someone who has decided to defend the train for however long, at least 90 years, it would make sense to me that would be the case.
Hey, like, here's the thing. I asked if he knew Ivy, and he definitely is he a he? Like, is that what we're like deciding on, or should?
Well, we don't know at this point.
Yeah. So I feel really strange saying it. So they. I'm going to say they. So they are. I asked if they knew Ivy, and they said no. No, I said yes, I know Ivy, but then said you know the madam, and then I'm like yes, and now I'm like okay, I can call her Madam Ivy now, and so I'm like yes, I know Madam Ivy, and she's super dead, and then immediately went over here and stared and apparently cried, and so now I'm going to apologize.
No,
I'm inviting all of you to come with me
no.
if you would like.
We are not going to bother Steve anymore tonight. And that is final, young man.
Yes,
I think I agree with Robin.
Yes, Miss Robin. I mean, Robin thinks that Steve could be like a human consciousness caught in a stone statue. Is that what you think, Miss Robin?
All I know is that if he has feelings, or if they have feelings, that we need to respect that he needs time. It's if I had just learned of something similar, I need processing time.
With all due respect, Miss Robin, you're not the person who, accidentally offended them and owe them an apology. And so I'm simply saying, I'm trying to do the right thing. I'm trying to apologize. And so I won't ask any other reaching questions, even though our survival might depend on those questions. I'm just simply saying that I want to apologize.
Hey, Silas, can I offer a compromise? We're going to have to tell them in the morning that we're going to be on our way and to go have a seat and join us. Why don't you be the one to tell them, and then you can include the apology then, and then that way you're giving them some time, but you know that you'll have that chance.
Sure.
Okay.
Especially since there's... Sorry, DM.
No, it's fine. So with that having been agreed to, is resting resuming?
This could also be Julian, since we know that the being, we're not sure about the being in the room. Could be Julian.
Would Julian refer to Ivy as Madam?
Possibly. Did he? Oh, well, we've read some love letters. Those were from Ivy to Julian, right? Not back the other way. Oh no, we have from him because it says he loves and wants to protect her. He never refers to her.
No, it's not
as Madam.
But if he's not remembering everything, then maybe those holes in their memory is causing them to refer to her in a different way. but I think it's a good thought. But before we go to bed, I'll just look over Fairuza again. I'm real sorry. Do you want to tell everybody?
Oh, yes. I want to share something like this right before we go to bed. But
I know. But now waiting seems like the wrong idea.
Are you also an infinite guardian of some
No.
vintage project? A fool's errand for your lost love.
Yes, that's it. It's this is
great, problem solved. Bedtime.
Well, this I might as well tell you now. I guess since we're seeing things and having things happen once again, can't even get the night of sleep. I told Neb that in addition to just feeling extremely cold on this train in recent hours, I keep seeing someone. Sometimes when my eyes are closed, but mostly just standing within eye shot, I guess. And I told Neb that the thing that most scares me about the person I see is that it's me. And I'm alone, but I'm surrounded by darkness. And none of you are there. And the feeling I have is that none of you, not only do I not see you, but you are not there. So I told Neb that my fear was that it was some sort of either foresight or eventuality that I was seeing. And that's why I didn't share it in the past. I wasn't trying to keep anything from you guys. I would never do that, I promise.
Are you having any other premonitions?
No, that's really all I'm seeing, other than the stuff that Neb said that I said the other day that you tried to write down, but it made no sense. It makes no sense to me. So as soon as Silas said that he saw a woman surrounded by darkness, that's why I was so asking about her face.
Is it possible these visions that you're having, it's not you, that you're like feeling what Ivy is feeling, and once we're off the train or further away, you won't have them anymore? That it's maybe not you, but you feeling her?
I wish I knew. I wish I could venture to guess at this point. I'm still processing the fact that I'm having blackouts. But the visions did start not too long ago. They started right after, you know what? They started right after that fight that we had with this zombie person, or Al's Al. Maybe it is being on the train. I don't know. So I don't know if they're related. I just wanted to make sure you guys knew, because I felt weird keeping it from you.
Thanks for letting us know, and especially having to say that twice. I know that sucks.
Okay. So with these revelations and strange happenings of the night, we'll fast forward a little bit through here. Silas, everyone, you can get back to sleep. There is a feeling of calmness, safety with your understanding of 213 kind of dawning on you. You feel like you're probably okay for the next little while. So you're all able to drift back to sleep. Silas, the rest of your watch goes uneventfully as you sit with your comic book and ponder this extraordinary experience that you've had. Maeve and Robin, I'm going to get you through this a little bit. So Maeve and Robin, Silas goes to sleep. Maybe you fall asleep in the comfy chair with the comic book spread across your chest as Maeve and Robin take over their shift, going back to the coffee, getting themselves ready. Steve has just been dutifully moving firewood into the front of the train. Maeve and Robin, in your shift, the sunlight is just starting to, to come up. You're seeing lighter and lighter blue in the sky. A light snow has begun to fall. What would you like to do?
Well, new dawn, new day.
Now say, Maeve, it occurs to you, you were curious about dates before. It occurs to you, you have your ticket on you.
Oh.
Can I
Lovely.
pull that out?
Yes, please.
Joss, you can share Maeve's ticket with everyone.
Yay.
So excited.
You notice that on your ticket there is a date. It says December, did I say 15th, I think? December 15th, a 4 p.m. departure there. There is no date, but it is, it is a printed ticket, and then someone has, with a manual typewriter, typed in your name, Maeve Flynn.
Today is the 21st, this coming day.
It's been so short a time.
Is that true? Today's 21st. What are you thinking, Maeve?
I'm just looking at it to see.
Well, while you think about it, we have to be careful this day. It's the winter solstice. Shortest day of the year. Many things can happen.
The 21st, today?
Yes.
It is. Huh. That's true. What would you say that we should... Are there things that we should be doing?
Yes, we should be getting an early start before the sun goes down.
How much earlier do you want to get going? It's already quite early in the morning.
Well, I'd say if everyone has gotten enough rest, we should be on our way. We don't know what to expect. We'll lose daylight around 4 p.m. if we're, if we...
Silas did 2 to 6. So you did, 6 to 10. It is late morning now.
Oof. Yes.
It's 6 a.m. for you, when you get up, but it's morning.
Well, do you have any other thoughts, or I'm going to start waking people up so we can get going?
What did you think about what Fairuza was saying?
I think Fairuza has been through a lot. This has been probably the most shocking experience for her than it has been for us. There's a lot of resistance, and maybe it's really taking its toll, that's all.
I hope so. Do we need to be worried?
There's a difference in being worried and being vigilant. My aunt always said, worrying does nothing for you. You can laugh or you can cry. It doesn't make much of a difference. So, without worrying, we should just be prepared for anything.
How does one prepare for anything?
Well, first, you just have to have an open mind.
It's been a very strange week.
Yes, and how does that make you feel? In a good way, in a bad way, in a scary way for sure, but I'm quite enjoying it for the most part. It's been frightening for sure, but it's quite an adventure.
It is. It is. I'm curious. I suppose. I'm wondering what happened here. And I'm hopeful that we can figure it out. And I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if anyone even knows we're missing.
It's okay to not know. And likely no one knows we're missing unless the train employees made it all the way back to the station by now. They reported us missing, or maybe they didn't make it back. Who knows? I would think if they did make it back, they know that we're missing. They may come looking, but we know it won't make much difference unless we can get out of this limbo.
Limbo's a good way to describe it, I think. Maybe that's what this place is.
Well, you know what I say. If you're stuck
Does it
in
have
limbo,
to do with backbends and...
It does. When you're stuck in
What do you
limbo,
know?
you just gotta go low.
Maeve sort of looks at the braces she has on various joints and goes,
Yes.
well, it works well for you, I suppose.
All right, come on.
I think I'm better as the bar.
All right, so as it nears the end of your watch time, you start to wake everyone up. Steve has got that engine nice and hot. The rail ahead of you is clear. What would you like to do?
Well, is it time?
Choo-choo.
The train.
Choo-choo. All right. Maeve, you make your way to the front of this train, taking a seat in the engineer's spot, and begin to look at all of these greasy iron levers and dials and valves in front of you, and try to remember that dense text that you read before. Please give me an intelligence check. It can be advantaged and with proficiency because of your proficiency with trains now.
I'm gonna go.
Locomotives.
I'm gonna
Yes.
go sit in that
Cupola?
yeah, but before I leave, I'm gonna give Maeve a very slight pat on the shoulder and say, I'm gonna go watch the back. I trust you in the front, and I'm just gonna
great.
offer a little bit of support.
As you go back, Neb, you see Steve is sitting in his spot at the back of the train. Who's gonna stoke?
I don't mind
wanna
stoking. Yeah,
stoke,
I was a
Fairuza?
greaser before. I was a greaser.
You were a greaser before, but you can stoke. Silas
Okay,
can show
I
you
don't
how.
mind
All right,
stoking.
Fairuza's gonna go up front and start, shoveling wood into the oven and keeping it going. Silas and Robin, where you want to be?
I think Robin wants to be next to Maeve in case she needs any assistance.
Okay, up front with Maeve. Silas?
Is there anything else that needs to be done?
Just Maeve driving the train.
Silas is going to just wander the train, and eventually
Okay.
he is going to go and sit down by Steve.
Okay.
But it's going to be after a while he'll do that.
Okay, I gotcha. All right, what was it, Maeve?
The 25.
Woo!
Oh my goodness.
All of you throughout. Yes, you ring that whistle twice, just like you're supposed to. And the train begins the huge chug of this train as this, I don't even know how many 100-ton thing starts to roll forward down these tracks, and you all begin to feel it, a sense of elation coursing through your veins as the steam puffs out of the chimney at the top and the smoke, and you begin to roll forward.
And that's my work done for the day.
I'm going to fast track you a tiny bit. As you come closer to the mine, Maeve, you do an excellent job of slowing the train down. As a couple of you scurry out, you're able to swing the water tower chute around, open up that tap. That water tower is well insulated and water pours out, refilling your supply. Steve helps you load more of this wood into the tender. You're done in like 5 minutes. It is fast and efficient. As Maeve, you barely, the thing barely gets cold as you then begin to continue down your track. There are tunnels, there are switchbacks, there's all this just extraordinary scenery around you as you follow along the river down at the bottom of this ravine. It takes about another 2 hours, and you find yourself looking at an old-timey train station up ahead. And off to the right, in kind of an open plain, you see, left side. On the left side, in kind of an open plain, you see an old-timey Western town, something that's been, restored and kind of a fun experience history kind of way. As the train pulls into this platform, it comes to a stop just exactly at the right spot. And as you all begin to look out down the main street of this old Western town, you see the ground is littered with half-frozen, decomposing bodies. And with that, we will end this chapter of Children of Éarte. Thank you all so much for being here with me. Please remember that life itself is the most wonderful fairy tale, and we will see you next week.